The views and opinions you're about to hear are strictly those views and opinions of Nerd Square Circle, unless they can otherwise be proven, which most of it can. Now, Vince Russo and Vince Russo Screwjob. Nope, not that one. This one. Vince Russo has 110% admitted himself, not in the exact words, but he has actually taken, how do I put it? WWE, which was then the World Wrestling Federation during the Attitude Era, took every single gimmick and thought that he was going to recreate the same thing in WCW. I know everybody's tired of hearing about Vince Russo in the professional wrestling world. Let's be honest. Please leave your comments below. What do you guys think of Vince Russo? I honestly hate him. I don't hate him. I just think he's a turd, a stain, sandpaper on the human life of professional wrestling. I think he was a one and done, one shot deal, and that's about it. Because a lot of people say, well, he created this and he created that, and he came up, he made sure everybody on the roster was busy. Doing what, though? You give me a roster full of 30-something people, if somebody's taking a shit in the bathroom, that doesn't mean that I'm creative and, whoo, look at me, I'm doing my thing. No. He sucked. He had a few good ideas, I suppose. Obviously, I'm not in the wrestling business. I wouldn't know, but I've done enough research to know. He's had a couple of good ideas, but that's it. You're talking about a couple out of, like, hundreds. 3 or 4 out of hundreds. It's horrible. That's really not a track record whatsoever. So let's talk about Vince Russo and his screw job. Vince Russo actually admitted that he, in his words, there's no way Hogan's not leaving with that title. I was making sure Hogan was not leaving with that title. Who the fuck talks like that? I'm from Long Island, and obviously I have a strong accent. This shit is the fakest fucking accent I've ever heard of. Bro, he is not leaving with that title, bro. I was making sure of it. Somebody needs to fucking... I don't want an order of protection against me. I'm just saying, that's what somebody needs to do. The fakest accent. And anyway, so he's actually said in an interview that there was no way Hogan was leaving with the title, bro. Listen, I told him, you want that title, you have to climb a ladder, get on top of the pole, take the title, and then put the title around your waist, bro. Bro, that's what you... And then on top of that, then you have to go to the main event and defend the title in a pool. But here's the catch. The referee is naked, and it's a female, bro. Who doesn't like tits, bro? Okay, he didn't say all that. But he did actually say, and this isn't word for word, but he did say something along the lines that there was no way Hogan was actually leaving with the title. He was going to make sure of it. Yada, yada, hoo-ha. The only problem was, anybody remember the Montreal Screwjob? There was no way Bret Hart was leaving with the title, right? And Vince McMahon was going to make sure of it, right? And the person who's also in on it, which everybody knows, he's already admitted, was Shawn Michaels. Was anybody else in on it? Was Bret Hart himself in on it? Who knows? That remains to be debated. But then you get to Vince Russo's WCW screw job, or as I like to call it, the failure job, because he fucking failed. He recreated something he had no idea what he was creating to begin with. Well, let me rephrase it. He had no idea what he was a part of to begin with when they created the Montreal Screwjob. Because no, I was in on it, bro. I was the one who came. No, you're lying. I could tell you that right off the bat because you tried to do it in WCW and you fucking failed miserably, dude. You did not do anything in fucking with the Montreal Screwjob. That's how I know 100% that was not your idea whatsoever. Because you tried to recreate it again and you fucking failed. Therefore, you didn't create it the first time. So anyway. So let's move forward. So we get to WCW and the Screwjob between Hogan, Bischoff, Jeff Jarrett, Booker T, and bro, Vince Russo, bro. Put it on the pole. Put it on the pole, Russo. That's what I should call him, Pole Russo. His name is no longer Vince. His name is Pole Russo. So Pole Russo hatched an idea that Hogan didn't want to do business, so I had to do business for him. This is sounding all too familiar. Where did this come from? Wow, this sounds really familiar. It's almost like it was already done. So anyway, the whole thing, they came up with a concept that Hogan, Bischoff, and Russo, all three of them came up with a concept that Hogan was going to leave, and then he was going to walk away with the belt, and this, that, and the third. Now, apparently, why Hogan was actually upset is because Russo went out afterwards and cut a promo, and just, he's a piece of shit, and you'll never see him around here again. On my goddamn soul. Wait, how many times did he actually say goddamn? But he's born again and he's religious. Was he born again and religious before or after he fucking was a loser? No, this is honest. Was Paul Russo, was he no, seriously, because he dropped a lot of goddams. I'll go to the goddamn grave. What the fuck is that accent, bro? Come on. Holy shit, dude. That was the worst accent I've ever fucking heard. It's the fakest accent. Vince Russo himself is a fucking caricature of himself. Let's just put it that way. But back to the WCW. Paul Russo, he wants to freaking... So then he comes out, cuts a promo, blah, blah, blah. And then apparently Booker T leaves the world champion. Don't know where the mishap and the miscommunication came from, but there was some type of miscommunication. The only problem is, okay, listen. Vince Russo tried to take it into his hands and screw Hogan and Bischoff. And probably a lot of other people. And he probably tried to screw Ed Ferreira too. But, I mean, they probably accepted. Anyway, so the problem with this is he tried to recreate the Montreal Screwjob. And he completely fucked it up. He fucked it up big time. Because remember, like I said, the Montreal Screwjob was so freaking just put together and came together so perfectly. And then you got Vince Russo, who thinks he's Vince McMahon. Who thinks Vince McMahon at the time, I guess, thought he was freaking Superman. Well, in the Attitude Era, Vince McMahon was Superman. That was the Man of Steel. You couldn't whip his ass all you want, but it was still that man. He won a Royal Rumble in the WWE Championship. Anyway, let's move forward, okay? Let's take some other situations that Paul Russo has done. Let's talk about Roadkill. Really? That was his name, right? Roadkill? Road Dogg's brother in WCW? You took Road Dogg's brother, made some cheap freaking Wish.com freaking version of it, or Great Value, or Dollar Tree version of fucking Road Dogg, which is ridiculous, because the Road, if you think about it, what other person looked or acted or was very, very similar to he had his own style. The Road Dogg himself, so you weren't going to copy that at all. Road Dogg perfectly came together, and you were not going to copy that character. That was his own style, and there was nobody else like it. Let's be honest, folks. People don't have to like Road Dogg, but that's the truth. And then you took his brother in WCW, another Armstrong, rest in peace, Bullet Bob. And you fucking gave him Road Dogg, a really crappy version of Road Dogg. It's like when you go to the store, pick one, the toy store, and you see your action figures all over you. Oh man, I want this one. I want this is the Road Dogg. Then you go to Dollar Tree, or Dollar General, or Family Dollar, or whatever the fuck, and you see the bootleg version of the Road Dogg, and it's called Roadkill, or whatever the fuck it was called. Oh gosh, that's legit. And you had, I believe, not Sean O'Hara. I think it was Stasiak, right? Was it Sean O'Hara? I think it was Stasiak that was trying to be Mr. Perfect, and they were taking everybody else's gimmick, and Kanyon was DDP, which I could see DDP, like, leading Kanyon, because Kanyon was really innovative to begin with, and then DDP had to hit the freaking Diamond Cutter out of nowhere, which was, at the time, just so innovative. So I can understand that. As far as Chris Kanyon being DDP? Come on. Why didn't you just call him CDP? Or KDP? Or whatever the fuck. Diamond Dallas Canyon. There you go. DDK. But this is Vince Russo for you. And we're going to take a short break real quick because Pole Match Russo, we have a lot more on him and his World Wrestling Federation Championship Wrestling fiasco because he... Anybody that believes Vince Russo had any hand in whatsoever in the freaking Attitude Era. By the way, let me just explain something about the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era was only the Attitude Era in WWE, the World Wrestling Federation at the time. Not WCW. WCW did not have an Attitude Era. WWE did. So, WWE literally took the chance to say, oh yeah, during the Attitude Era, when Sting and this person fought... Wait, what? Sting wasn't in the Attitude Era. He was in WCW. It was during the Attitude Era, but that's not WCW's era. That was the NWO era. Okay, if you want to talk about Goldberg and Sting and shit that happened back then during the Attitude Era, if you're talking about WCW, it is not the Attitude Era. It is the NWO era. Bro, check this out. Jeff Jarrett. Have him as the new Hogan. Put him on a pole, bro. Put him on a pole. Have him climb up, do 37 jumping jacks. Then he's got to climb down and then run to the other section, bro. Run to the other corner and climb up another pole, bro. And then jump off through a table. And that's how you win, bro. You have to throw yourself through a table. Bro. Or else he's not walking out with the title. I'm going to make sure he is... Come on, man. I can't even do it. This fucking accent is so fucking horrible. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, like, share, comment. We have more Pole Match Russo coming up. And his buddy, too, Led Ferrari. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for doing whatever you do to get a hold of us. You are watching, listening, tuning in, whatever you do. Nerd Square Circle. We are a circle of nerds. We are a circle of squares. Hey, if you're listening right now, make sure to tune into our sister station, Political This. Hashtag Truth Speak. Excuse me. Verbal diarrhea. Remember to put in the hashtag Truth Speak so you can see us. Please subscribe, please like, share, comment for all the latest politics and bullshit that's going on in the world today, the world of yesterday, the world of yesteryear, yesterdecade, yestercentury, yes to whatever. That's what we are, politics. If you like cooking, if you like food, you like sports, like music, right here, Nerd Square Circles, where you're supposed to be. Politics, please tune in. And there's a lot of politics coming up. The anniversary of JFK's death, the anniversary of 9/11, Labor Day's coming up next week, I believe. There's a lot of holidays coming up. Not holidays. They're not holidays. There's a lot of political events coming up. Especially, remember, what's coming up? Oh, yeah, Election Day. How can I forget about that? So please tune in to Political List because we have a lot of political news, like I said. Thank you for listening to Nerd Square Circle.